This morning, what we're going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a symbolism. So in front of me here, I have a jar, and this jar represents life. Your life, my life, anybody's life. At the moment, my life is empty. It's very sad. So we need to fill our lives with things that make our lives full and whole. So I'm going to fill my jar with important things. So it looks just like a ping pong ball, but actually that's my family that I'm putting in there. That's an important thing. And then I've got my friends and health and happiness and food, feeling safe, having people love you, your friends, warmth, and all of those really important things in life. There we go. So my life is now full, isn't it? You can see the jar is full. I can't get, if I try and put more things in, they fall out. So we fill our lives with the important things: friends, family, love, safety, food, somewhere to live. Those are all the important things. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we need, can I get any more into this jar? Is there anything else in life that we could fill into this jar? Well, the big things, they're already in there. So what we can do now, these are pebbles. And the pebbles represent the material things in life. So I'm going to try and get these in without spilling it everywhere. Because it's not going so well.
So do you mean things like your clothes, your car, maybe games on your console, things like that?
So these represent, like Jenny said, these represent things like having a job, having money, having a car, having access to education. Let's see, we can go absolutely everywhere. Right, so now, hopefully, you can see that despite having all of the things that we need, the love, the life, the family, the warmth and everything, that there's room for more things in our lives. The slightly smaller things. And they've filled in some of that gap there. So is my jar now full? Is my life now full?
Mm.
No? It's pretty full, isn't
People
it?
shaking their head there, Sam.
Yeah.
Not yet.
So I missed that. James, what was that?
Not yet.
Not yet. So what now? Now that I've got the really important things, the ping pong balls, and then I've got the slightly less important things, but not so things like a job, a house, a home, car, food, you know, nice food and drink. So I can still fill it up. I can still got some more space in my jar. Now this could get really, really messy if the pebbles were anything to go by. Now this is sand, and the sand represents all of the small things in life, the really unimportant things. I'm just going to give that a little shake because that's now going to, yeah, I thought so. I can fill up the rest of my jar with the material things, the things that don't really matter. And if we didn't have them, we would still have a full life. So those are things like having a PlayStation or an Xbox, or having sweets and going out for takeaways, having the latest mobile phone, or visits to theme parks, having a bike, lots of toys, and all of those sorts of things. So if we've got life the right way round, with the biggest things, the most important things into our life first, there's always room for the middle-sized things, the job, the car, the like nice food and drink, education, and good clothing and stuff. And even then, when we think we're full up with all of those things, there's always a little bit more room to put in those really small things that just kind of lift our lives and make us that little bit happier. But if we don't have them, it isn't the end of the world. But what if we filled the jar up the other way round? If we filled the jar with sand first, the little things, the computer games, the games consoles, having an iPad, having a phone, having a bike, going to theme parks, if we filled the jar with those things first, then we tried to fill in things like a job and a house and a car, would we have any room for the big things in life?
No.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know if I've got enough ping pong balls left that I could do. I could do it the other way around. So this is me gingerly walking over to find another vase that I can use to do this. So I've probably got about 20 ping pong balls in that first jar, and then filled it up with the other bits and pieces. So we filled it the other way around because I've got enough sand and stuff left. So if we fill our jar with the unimportant things first, so there we go, we've filled the jar with all of the material things, and then we fill our jar with things like having a job and a car, then we've only got room for a few of the really important things in life. So room for the things like, so you don't have to decide what goes in, what's the most important thing. Is it your family, your friends, love, health, happiness? Some of them won't fit into your life. So you have to choose carefully if you fill your jar of life up like that. If you do it the other way around, there's room for all of the big stuff, and then just fill up the gaps with all the little things. So that's it. That's all I've got to say. Just a little bit of a thought for the day. Make sure you fill up your jar in the right direction with the right things. being the most important ones going into it first.